Fellow citizens, listen carefully. The Social Security system has released a major 2026 update that will directly affect your monthly pension. Yes, you heard that right. Your money that you have saved for many years could be delayed or put on hold if you are not aware of the new system. In this video, I will show you everything you need to know: how to get your new SSS card, how to avoid having your pension put on hold, and just how much your monthly benefit will increase this year. Do not leave before this video ends, because if you miss this information, you could possibly lose thousands of pesos every month. Rest assured, every second of this video will save you money and problems. Fellow citizens, if you want to always be the first to know important updates about your SSS and pension, then this is the channel for you. For us, I will be uploading all of these topics here, so do not fall behind. It is easy, just click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are always updated on the latest news that will affect your money and benefits. Fellow citizens, listen carefully, because this news directly affects your monthly pension and the way you receive your money from the SSS. Many of our grandfathers, grandmothers, retirees, and members of the Social Security system are now wondering, why are there changes? Why is there a new policy about banks? And is it true that your pension could be put on hold? Do not worry. In this video, we will explain all of this in the easiest way so you can fully understand what is really happening and how you will be affected. First of all, we need to understand why the SSS changed its system. Before, when you were about to receive your pension, you had to go to the SSS office to enroll your bank account through their system called the Disbursement Account Enrollment Module. And then you had to wait for everything to be approved before you could receive your money. It was confusing, tiring, and stressful, especially for our elderly. That was one of the main problems that the SSS wanted to fix. So now in 2026, a major change has arrived. The most important change you need to know is about the SSS card. This is the new smart card released by the SSS, and it will be the primary way of receiving your pension and other benefits from the SSS. The SSS card is not just a simple ID card. It also has the capability of an ATM card that is linked to a bank account. This means that once you receive your SSS card, all of your pension, loans, and other benefits from the SSS will be sent directly to the bank account linked to that card. You no longer need to go to the office. You no longer need to wait in long lines. You will receive your money quickly and safely. Now, you might be asking, what will happen to my old UMID card? Do not worry. Your old UMID card will not be immediately invalidated or dismantled. It will continue to be used for your ordinary purposes as an official SSS identification card. But the difference is that the old UMID card will no longer be the primary card used for receiving pension and other benefits. The new SSS card will be the primary one for that. So if you have an old UMID card that you are using as an ATM for your pension, it will continue to work for now. But in the future, the SSS card will be the one recommended by the SSS. One more thing you should know. Under this new system, the SSS is requesting your permission to share your personal information with 3 entities. First, with the SSS itself. Second, with the partner bank you will choose. And third, with the Philippine identification system to verify your identity. This is to ensure that the right person is receiving the right benefits and to protect the security of your pension account. Do not be alarmed by this. It is part of the government's broader program to make the delivery of benefits to every SSS member safer and more efficient. Now, let us get to the question that might be the most important thing to you. Is it true that your pension could be put on hold because of this new policy? The answer is yes and no. It depends on the situation. Do not be afraid right away. Your pension will not just be put on hold by the SSS without reason. But there are specific situations where your pension could be delayed, especially if you have not submitted the required documents, or if you have not yet performed your annual proof of life. One of the main reasons why your pension could be put on hold or delayed is the annual confirmation of pensioners, or ACOP. This is the annual process where a pensioner needs to prove to the SSS that they are still alive and continue to be deserving of receiving a pension. Before, you had to go to the SSS office for this, but now it is easier and can be done through the SSS portal online or through the SSS mobile app. If you fail to perform your ACOP within the specified period, your pension may be temporarily put on hold until your status is verified. That is why it is very important not to miss your ACOP. Aside from ACOP, there is another thing to remember. Now that the SAS has switched to the SSS Card system as the primary way of sending benefits, if you have not yet applied for an SSS Card and your old disbursement account is no longer updated in the system, you may experience a delay in receiving your pension. This does not mean that your money was stolen or that you will no longer be given your pension. Your pension is still there and it is still yours. The problem is just the process of sending the money to your account. That is why it is very important to complete all the requirements of the SSS, especially to apply for an SSS card if you have not yet submitted an application for it. To apply for an SSS card, the process is quite simple. First, you need to log into your SSS online account on the SSS website. Second, choose the partner bank you want to link to your SSS card. Some partner banks offer accounts with no minimum balance requirement, so you no longer need to maintain a large amount of money. Third, you need to verify your identity through the Philippine identification system, so make sure your Philippine ID is updated and the information on it is correct. After verification, your partner bank will send your SSS card. Once you receive it, you can use it for purchases, ATM withdrawals, and online transactions. And the most important thing, all of your benefits from the SSS will go directly into the account linked to it. Now let us talk about how much your pension will be in 2026. This is good news for all pensioners. Under the pension reform program that began, the first tranche of the pension increase was already implemented. Now in 2026, the second tranche will start in September. This means that if you are receiving a retirement pension or a disability pension, your monthly pension will increase by 10%. And if you are receiving a survivor's pension as a spouse or child of an SSS member who has passed away, your pension will increase by 5%. To better understand this, for example, if your current pension is 10,000 pesos per month, by December 2026, your pension will become 11,000 pesos. This is a big help, especially now that the prices of goods, medicine, and other necessities continue to rise. The government is showing genuine concern for our elderly and pensioners through this program, and it will not stop there. In September 2027, there will be a third tranche of the increase. So within 3 years, the total increase in retirement and disability pension will be 20%, while the survivor's pension will increase by 10% in total. Another good news is about the senior citizens who are experiencing poverty and do not have enough income. The social pension program for indigent senior citizens provides 1,000 pesos per month to grandparents who have no other pension or regular income, who are sick, weak, or have no family to support them. This is managed by the Department of Social Welfare and Development, and in 2026, it is estimated that more than 4 million senior citizens will benefit from this program throughout the Philippines. Now, let us talk about another important change, the annual confirmation of pensioners, which is now easier. Before, pensioners had to go to the SSS office to prove they were still alive and deserving of receiving a pension. For our elderly who have difficulty walking or live far from the city, this was a very difficult task. But now, the SSS has implemented an easier way to do this. It can now be done online through the SSS portal or through the SSS mobile app on your phone. All you need is your SSS number, your account password, and in some instances, a selfie or photo to verify your identity using facial recognition technology. For those who are not tech-savvy, do not lose hope. The SSS continues to open new services in provinces and remote areas to help pensioners who are not familiar with the internet or smartphones. There are also SSS kiosks in barangays and mobile units that go to different places to assist members. And in areas that are truly remote and difficult to reach, like some islands in the Visayas and some places in Mindanao, the SSS is working to reach everyone. Let us also talk about how pensioners know when their pension will arrive. The SSS follows a system of 2 batches. The first group will receive their pension between the 1st and the 8th of the month. The second group will receive their pension from the 9th until the end of the month. Which group you belong to depends on your SSS records and the system set by the SSS. To know exactly when your pension will arrive, You can log into your SSS account online or through the app, or you can contact your partner bank. It is also important to remember that if the scheduled day for sending the pension falls on a public holiday or weekend, your pension may be sent earlier or delayed by a day or two. This is normal and does not mean there is a problem with your account. For example, if January 1st is a holiday and it is the scheduled pension day for the first group, the SSS often sends the pension earlier, like on the 26th, 27th, 28th, or 29th of the previous month. Another thing you need to know is about the overseas Filipino workers who are SSS members. For those of you working abroad and paying SSS contributions, there are also changes that affect you. The SSS is opening new offices in other countries and strengthening their services for OFWs through various consular offices. Many transactions can now be processed online, so you no longer need to go back and forth to the Philippines just to fix your SSS documents. Aside from the SSS card and ACOP, there is another new program from the SSS for 2026 that will really help many members. The micro loan program is a new type of loan from the SSS with a shorter term from 1 to 3 months only. And the interest rate is only 8% per year, which is equivalent to 0.67% per month. This is cheaper and safer than going to loan sharks or money lenders with high interest rates. The aim of this program is to help SSS members who have short-term financial needs without having to pay large interest. The micro loan program is expected to start in the first part of 2026. There is also an emergency loan program from the SSS that continues until December 2026 for members affected by calamities. If you or your area have experienced a typhoon, flood, earthquake, or other disaster, you can apply for an emergency loan from the SSS to help with your needs while your life and livelihood are recovering. This is part of the SSS's continued concern for every member in times of hardship. Now, I also want to discuss something that might be confusing to many, the recent news about the increase in retirement age. There is news and talk that the SSS is implementing changes to the retirement age for members. According to some sources, there are discussions about changing how to get a full pension for members who will retire. But the official statement from the SSS remains clear. Members who have contributed at least 120 monthly contributions are entitled to receive a retirement pension. The minimum age for early retirement is 60 years old, and regular retirement is at age 65. For members of the government service insurance system, there are also related changes. One of the best news for those left behind by a GSIS member is about the survivor's pension. Before, there was a cap or limit on the amount of survivor's pension that a widow or widower could receive. But starting in 2025, that cap was removed. This means that the surviving spouse of a GSIS member can now receive the full percentage of the pension they are entitled to without any limit. And if House Bill number 7009 becomes law, which is currently being studied by Congress, the survivor's pension could even reach 100% of the deceased member's basic pension. Regarding the GSIS policy on widows or widowers who have a new partner, there is also a change there. Before, if the GSIS found out that a surviving spouse had a new live-in partner, even if they were not legally married, their survivor's pension could be stopped. Now the policy has been changed. The survivor's pension will only stop if the surviving spouse legally remarries. Simple cohabitation without marriage is no longer sufficient reason to stop the pension. This is a fair and humane change that helps many Filipino families. Now, for our viewers, I also want to strengthen your knowledge about what you should do immediately to ensure that your pension is not delayed. First of all, if you have an SSS online account, make sure it is updated and still working. Update your email address, cell phone number, and other contact information so you will always receive notifications and updates from the SSS. Second, apply for an SSS card if you have not yet submitted an application. This is the most important step you need to take now to ensure that your benefits are properly received under the new system. Third, do not forget to do your ACOP at the right time. ACOP is usually done during your birthday month, but it is better to confirm this with the SSS or at your SSS branch. Fourth, if you live far from the city or you do not have internet access, do not hesitate to ask for help from your family at the barangay hall or at the offices of the local government unit to help you with your SSS transactions online. The SSS is also setting up kiosks in many barangays to help members who are not in the city. Fifth, remember that the SSS has an official website and an official app. And calls or messages from people claiming to be representatives of the SSS who will ask for your personal information, like your password, OTP, or PIN, should be ignored. These are scammers or thieves trying to steal your money or personal information. The real SSS will never ask for your password or PIN over the phone, text message, or social media. To conclude our discussion today, I want to emphasize that the SSS is implementing new policies in 2026 that aim to make receiving your pension and other benefits easier, faster, and safer. The most important change is the SSS Card program, which replaces the old system of enrolling a bank account. Under this new system, your pension will be sent directly to the bank account linked to your SSS card. Your pension will not just be put on hold, but you need to ensure that all your records with the SSS are updated, that your ACOP is complete, and that you already have an SSS card or at least have a bank account enrolled with the SSS for receiving your benefits. The good news in all of this is the pension reform program that provides an increase in pension every year for 3 years. In September 2026, your retirement or disability pension will increase by another 10%, and your survivor's pension will increase by 5%. In total, by 2027, your pension will be 33% higher than before, a big help for your daily living and for your family. All of these changes are proof that the government, through the SSS, is serious about its responsibility to take care of the welfare of every Filipino worker. Whether young or old, whether in the Philippines or abroad, whether a formal employee or working in the informal sector, your contributions to the SSS are not wasted. Every peso you contributed during your working years is returned to you in the form of a larger pension, better benefits, and faster service. So, fellow citizens, do not worry. Change can sometimes be hindering and confusing, but all these changes are being made for your good. What is important is to stay informed, complete all your requirements with the SSS, and do not hesitate to ask for help from the nearest SSS branch or from your family and friends if you have questions. Your pension is safe, your benefits are there for you, and the SSS continues to work to ensure that you receive all of your rights in the fastest and most convenient way. Thank you for listening, and continue to stay updated on the latest news about the SSS. Do not forget to share this video with your friends and family, especially those who have pensions and those who are members of the SSS, so they will know all of these important changes that will affect their lives and livelihood. Goodbye.
Yeah, grind mode on, can't kill my drive. Turn the pressure up, I come alive. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. Wake up with a vision, I'm locked on the target. Turn pain into fuel, I'm a flame, I spark it. No shortcuts here, I embrace every test. Pressure on my shoulders, still I handle it best. I was made for the climb, every loss, every scar. Built me in the steel, now I shine like a star. If the road gets rough, I just double my speed. Ambition on 10, I was born to lead. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. They said limits exist, but I shattered the frame. Every wall in my path is just fuel for the frame. Discipline heavy, but my spirit is free. I don't chase success, success chases me. I'm the storm and the calm, I'm the rise, I'm the proof. Every bar that I drop is the grind in the booth. Blood, sweat, tears, that's the code I trust. I don't wait for the crown, I earn it, I must.